All right. Let's see if this works. Yeah. Okay. Go over to Grumble. Push Grumble. Don't try to use a low latency setting on Rumble. Found out that is what caused my kerfuffle here a while back. It didn't update. Okay. There it goes. Okay. YouTube is going. Okay. All right. We'll see. We've had some ISP issues in my area the last day or so, so we'll see what happens. Jay Watterson, what is up, man? You know, I wasn't even going to talk about this tonight, but I wanted to do 2 live streams and ran out of time. So if I got to choose one, I'm going to choose the Candace Owens kerfuffle. How you doing, man? Sorry, everyone. Yep. Hey, I'm not as late as I normally am. I'm going to try, I swear to you, 1 hour and a half. How's it going where you're at, Jay Watterson? Boy, I tell you what, we are supposedly looking at between 3 and 9 inches of snow coming up here in a couple days in my area. Google said I had Gemini to my phone without permission. How you doing, Jimmy? Gemini, Google said add a Gemini to your phone without permission. Well, I've been using Gemini instead of the old Assistant because I've been trying it out. I don't think I like it as much. Well, I guess it's better at complicated tasks, but for simple stuff, like if I'm walking my dogs, I can ask, the catchword, what time is it? Gemini takes forever, where the Assistant goes, boom. How you doing today, Joel? Yeah, Jimmy, I've heard they've added. I already had it on my phone just because I was trying it compared to the old G-word Assistant. Oh, not too bad, Jay Watterson. I don't know where all you guys are at, but in my area, the Quad Cities area, we are looking between 3 and 9 inches. Sorry, I was wrong. Of snow coming up here Saturday. The same day I'm going to get new tires on my truck because they suck. So what a coincidence. So now I'll get new tires. We'll get no more snow the rest of the year. So we'll see what happens. So how's it going with everybody? Jay Waters says he's good, but yeah, we are going to give it a sec and go on. Sorry, guys. I was trying to get in before midnight and had some stuff I had to finish up. But we are on. Plus, then I got stuck trying to mess with thumbnails. I finally just made my own using Canva. I'm just got tired of messing around with the AI. But I'll tell you what, Grok is a piece of crap anymore. When Grok went all crazy 1930s, 40s German, woo! They neutered that thing so much, it's a total retard now. It just is. Hey, K Candy, how's it going? Have some fun in the snow. I live in sunny weather. Yep. Oh, that's why I've been trying to work to insulate my garage this year. I got most of it. We'll see how it goes. We should get our every 10 years snow here in the south this year. I'll send it your way, Jimmy. You can have some of it. Because if you watch Ryan Hall, y'all, he's saying that my area may have a higher than average snowfall. So how's it going, everyone? I'm going to go check everybody on Rumble. I see you guys on Rumble. If you do not have a Rumble account and cannot talk, let me give you, this is the YouTube chat. So feel free to hop on in here. And let me know about my volume. Am I talking too loud? I'm a little bit jazzed from a different energy drink from Redcon 1 here. But yeah, I am going to try to keep this around an hour and a half. But I am a little earlier than normal, so let's see how it goes. Oh, let's see. All right, so let's launch into it. Do me a favor. I know Bunny's been real busy lately, but she'll be all over me. She still messages once in a while. Make sure you give me a thumbs up. You don't have to subscribe if you run across my insane channel. If you come back 2 or 3 times, then please subscribe. But at least give me the thumbs up and maybe share the stream out. And if you are a Candace fan or a Candace what the hell is wrong with her type, feel free to come on in. All right. Audio's good. Good. All right. Let me see here. Energy drinking. Oh, I love those things. Bad for your heart. Funny thing is, my heart is the one thing that tests out perfect. Last time they tested my heart, it came out at 120% efficiency. Where my lungs are at about 30%. So good thing my heart is amazing because it's doing a great job getting me some air with these crap lungs. I've had people in the past say, boy, you breathe awful loud in your videos. Yeah, because I'm trying to get air. Oh, no. I don't always drink these because of the caffeine. I like the flavor of a lot of these. But if I can get a good deal on Amazon, I'm on it. When they have one of those half-off deal. Another Candace video. Well, yeah, because, well, did you read the title? Did you see my thumbnail? Hey, I understand if everybody's tired of it, but I wanted to talk about it. I got some other things I wanted to talk about. We got a few things near the end of this. We're not going to spend the whole time on Candace. I mean, what are we going to do? Keep drinking them and it will change your heart. Do you know how long I've been drinking these? There are sometimes I have drank, not lately, I've drank 3 or 4 of these in a day, plus pre-workout to go to the gym. Good. And right now it's least trouble I have. So we'll see. My doctor likes to go, you need less caffeine. I'll go, cool, then cut off all of the coffee coming into this hospital. Once you guys stop drinking 3-4 pots a day, we'll talk. Jax doesn't always partake in energy drinks. Nobody does. He prefers Monster. Yes. I am looking for, as soon as I pay for my tires this weekend, I'm looking for a cat condo so Jaxie can sit right back here behind me. He is upstairs sleeping right now. All right, guys, let's launch into this since Joel's already upset about Candace. But seriously, guys, come on. I will try to spend, sorry, my wife wants to turn the heat up because my venting is blowing on me. And wow, I'm cooking. All right, so let's get through this. 2 days ago, I was contacted by a high-ranking employee of the French government. She never, ever has real receipts. A lot of her stuff is just supposition, bullcrap. It's the same crap the lefty media pulls. A source that knows of the situation with Trump says, oh, shut up. And by the way, let's just say she's telling the truth. If she writes this right here, you don't think the French government's be able to figure out who it is? Who would have knowledge of this plot? Who is high-ranking employee of the French government that would know this stuff and be able to leak it? She would have just given it away if it was a real person. So you can already get where I'm going with this. I'll say it right out. I think Candace Owens is either one of two things. She is pure National Enquirer style grifting. That's all it is. It's a grift for the clicks. She's grown her channel insanely because of this lately. She's grown. It's either all because of the clicks and doesn't believe a damn thing she's saying, or she's nuttier than squirrel poop. Honestly, I do not believe it. That is just me. Feel free. I know some people are huge Candace believers. I don't think so. I really don't. Either way, she just gave away somebody right here because there aren't that many people in the French government that's high up that would have any type of idea of this. After determining this person's position and proximity to the French couple, another clue where you're going to give away your insider source, I have deemed the information they gave me to be credible enough to share publicly in the event that something happens. In short, this person claims that the Macrons have executed upon and paid for my assassination. Do you really think the first family of a country, a major country, not like Cameroon or something, Macron, Cameroon, see what I did there? of Cameroon or some other crap, maybe. But France really gives enough of a rat's ass about you to really do that? Come on. And to let enough government officials know that they could come and talk to you, Candace, that's idiotic. Yes, you read that correctly. More specifically, that the green light was given to a small team, a National Gendarme intervention group. I am told there is one Israeli. Ooh. She had to throw in the everybody's animal in a closet. Booga, booga, booga. There's an Israeli under the bed. There's an Israeli in the closet. This is like Monsters, Inc. Seriously. Somebody needs to do a thumbnail like that. Come on, Jay Watterson. You need to do a meme like that. Monsters, Inc. But, the faces of the monsters would be just like the Jewish flag, the Star of David flag. Or just open it up, there's not even monsters. There's just two flags of Star of David standing there. That's like what it is anymore. Has to throw in the ooga booga. If you don't have an Israeli plot in it, it ain't worth it. The one Israeli that is on this assassination squad, and the plans were formalized. Oh. Again, this person provided concrete proof that they are well placed within the French government apparatus. Once again, she is giving this person away. If this is a real person, we're going to see a news story about, oh wow, French official found floating in the river. Just saying. Wow, some new French official just appeared in the French government. Come on. Further to this point, this person claims that Charlie Kirk's assassin trained with the French Legion 13th Brigade with multi-state involvement. Translation: Candace is saying Israel and France took out Charlie Kirk. Mother freaking A of insanity. Next, she's going to be saying that the tires on her car are wearing funny because of Israel. Israel's causing my tire wear and the paint on my house. I swear it's faded on one side a little. It must be Israel. For the love of all that's holy. The journalist Xavier Poussard's life is also at risk. Don't know him. This is deadly serious. Yeah, I'm trying to take it serious. I really am. Hey, I have no problem if I'm wrong, and Jay Watterson will throw flip-flops at me for a week. But I don't think I'm wrong. Boy, the head of state of France apparently wants us both deceased and has authorized professional units to carry this out. I know, leave my mouse alone. I ask that every person we retweet and share this, and try not to laugh. I do not know who in the American government can be trusted, since this source claims our leaders are aware. No proof. Again, nothing she says has any proof to it. Never does. For months now, she's been saying shit. Yes, once in a while she comes out with something. But most of everything she's saying is general, random bullshit, no proof. She puts proof on the other people to prove her wrong. I do not... Okay, but I have more specific information which is definitely verifiable, should they care to reach out to me. To the brave official in France who did this, and I just outed. They were so moved by the evil of Charlie's public execution to risk their own life. May God bless you truly. Let all be revealed. The worst part is the dummies down here lapping this up. What Candace has revealed is a full-scale 9/11 level emergency for her personal safety. Anyone with a beating heart should understand she needs maximum protection and prayers immediately. Exactly 1 year before they murdered Charlie Kirk, they tried to murder me. Oh, my Lord. Nothing would surprise me at this point. Imagine how many people got ended before social media and there was no way to know. Imagine how many people didn't, but conspiracy theory. Candace, please do whatever you need to do. Yes, maybe a padded room. Or she's smart as shit, and she's doing all this just for the clicks and the insane amount of money she's brought in. Every social media platform out there is amping her up. She is raking in insane levels of money from all the advertising, plus able to raise her rates on her sponsors. So maybe she's just all about the greens. Could be. Stay safe, Candace. Praying for you and Xavier. This is insane. The last part is right. Over the target. I do like this one. There are a few in here that are what I consider common sense. And I'll check up with you guys in a second. But this gets even worse. It gets even worse. Where did I put this? Yeah, okay, Candace, we cannot live in a world where governments collude to protect Jeffrey Epstein and murder Charlie Kirk. She's just so goofy. Did I have the other one I wanted here? Oh, here, wait a second. I do have it. Oh, here we go. This is my favorite part. Candace Owens was telling the truth. How? How do you know that? The White House and U.S. counterterrorism agencies have confirmed, watch the wording, confirmed receipt of what she reported. Macron attempted to organize her assassination, per a source close to the couple. Once again, you would give this person away. She also stated that France was involved in Kirk's assassination. Jesus. Yes, France said, let's take out Charlie freaking Kirk. That is dumber. That is actually dumber than saying Israel did it. My gods. Yeah. Now, you see the wording here? The White House and U.S. counterterrorism agency has confirmed receipt of what she reported. That doesn't mean nothing. Anybody that's used Facebook Messenger or any type of social media messaging platform these days, with the IQ over that of a Somali, yeah, we'll get there, would know that all that means is, yeah, okay, they saw it. That's it. I got messages I sent to a friend. It says delivered. Does not say seen. All it says is seen. That's it. So they saw it. And they're probably laughing their ass off or going, oh, good God, what in the hell? So stupid. That's all it means. And I think I mentioned that to this retard. I did. You nitwit. That only means someone saw her post. Not that they agree or don't think she's a wacko. That's all it means. They use these goddamn nice little word tricks to make people go, oh my God, the White House and U.S. counterterrorism agencies are no other than going to help Candace. That is what they do. Candace is doing the same thing lefty media does. Like I said, she's either nuttier than squirrel poop, or she is at the gold level grift. She is out grifting anything Alex Jones has ever done. Or a mixture of both. Or she's squirrel shit and she's grifting. But she's rolling in it. She is rolling it. All the tinfoil hat people out there, I know, it's aluminum foil. Aluminum foil hat people out there are just lapping this shit up. It's the Jews! I'm going to teach my dog to howl that. Jews! Candace. At Real Candace O. Our show will be off air this week. As an update, both the White House and our counterterrorism agencies have confirmed receipt. Means jack and shit. Jack shit. For all of you who doubted my claims, you can now look to the President of the United States and our intelligence communities to issue a statement. So she has no proof of anything, but she throws it out there and then throws it in public, in your face, my face, in the face of every dum-dum out there, which pretty much I included myself in, but I'm not this dumb. every dum-dum to go, well, why isn't the president talking about this? Well, when's the president going to say something? Oh, my God. Yeah, well, we're going to be watching. Yeah, we're going to watch, see what the president says. And the counterterrorism people. They don't see shit. All it means is they saw it, and now she just threw it on them. She threw the president, our counterterrorism people, FBI, whatever, under the bus. Makes the dum-dums think that now you better be looking out. They're going to say something. And what happens? If the president doesn't say something, or our counterterrorism agencies don't say something, they're going to be going, she's going to be going, they're in league with the Jews. They're hiding it. See, they're hiding. See what I told you? Couldn't trust anybody in the government. See how she set everything up? This is another no-win scenario. If they say something, shit, half the people are going to go, yeah, Trump's nuts. Are you crazy? And it could damage our relations with a couple countries. If they don't say anything, the aluminum foil hat people are going to go knucking futs. And they'll still once again say Trump is working for the Jews. Oh, my Lord. She has set this up. Lunatic. She said Israel helped. Once you throw an Israeli on there, sorry, I see, she said French and others. She also intimated, when you say, and there's an Israeli on the group. Come on. We all know exactly what she's intimating. That is not intimating, well, there just happens to be an Israeli on there. She's intimating Israel knows. Israel has a commando in here with them. France took out Charlie Kirk. She's also intimated that Israel took out Charlie Kirk. Come on. This is easier to connect the dots than a 2-year-old's connect the dot book. Ran that around in circles, didn't I? She's a lunatic. Let me catch up with you guys a little bit. If Candace is gone, Brigitte's dick goes away. Which is funny. Hey, Jim Patterson's alive. Oh my God, how you doing, Jim? Dude, the lawsuit already ended. I think the lawsuit already over. They actually went out and had to, there was a court thing. And she had to do DNA to prove she's a woman. Brigitte did. But it's over. They're going to sue her. And the thing is, I don't know if they have a leg to stand on. Because being public figures under our laws, I don't know about international or whatever else, but under our laws, I don't think that they can do anything. You drink Nas? Well, I don't drink Nas. I usually drink Ghost or Bang, and I do like this Redcon that I got. I was kind of liking it. All mine have to be no. I don't like the carbs or sugars and stuff like that. Yeah, why not go all out? Yeah, I don't know, but think, Kay, I'm not going to feel sorry for Candace because Candace caused that too. She went out swearing that Brigitte Macron is a man. She ain't pretty, and she's old, but that's a chick. And then she said that Brigitte Macron was Emmanuel Macron's dad. I mean, what the absolute... Dude, they have every reason to want to sue her. Can they? I don't know. Candace proven TPUSA people on the ground lied to benefit themselves. To a point. Thing is, I don't like anybody saying TPUSA helped take Charlie Kirk out. That is such a dumb thing to say. Yes, we're going to take out the man who brought TPUSA up, made us all rich as shit, was keeping it going. And now, without Charlie Kirk, there's already major talks everywhere. Nobody wants to talk about it straight out and be honest about it. But TPUSA is probably going to be gone by this time next year. It's going to fail without Charlie Kirk. They've already got power struggles internally. They've already lost some focus. They're already losing support. Charlie Kirk was the driving factor. And I think they're screwed, and other people are trying to say it. I do not think that TPUSA people would automatically want to take out Charlie Kirk. That is just like, you know what? I don't like making money. I don't like having a job. I don't want to be part of this. Yeah, let's take him out. Because Israel told us. No, it doesn't make sense. Did they lie about some stuff? Yes. Did they try to hide some footage? Yes. Because they were trying to get it out of there for somebody else grab the cameras and stuff. I'm not going to be part of the group saying that TPUSA helped take him out. That's goofier than saying that Israel did it. I would believe any day that The president of Israel himself flew over, put a commando ninja outfit on, and took Charlie out. I would believe that before I would believe TPUSA took Charlie out. No, not a chance. Yes, let's take out the guy making us all rich and famous, or both. But also what she did was no bombshell on the TPUSA stuff, most part. Lavier upon peril. How many times has she been proven right? Not that many. Not that many. Most times she does shit like this. She does stuff that is very general, doesn't say anything, makes things up. Come on, explain this wording to me. This right here is total bullshit wording. That is bullshit right there. 100% bullshit. The only thing this needs an emoji of a bull and a pile of poop right after it. That right there is bull. That is her proof that, oh my God, this is serious. A bullshit sentence. And if she really believed this, she has given away this person. Unless she got them out with another Israeli commando team, helped them get out. She just screwed over this person in the French government that's high up and close to the Macrons. Because you're going to tell me, if they are going to have an assassination plot, that they're not going to do whatever to grab this person and she just gave away a lot? Come on. Come on. I don't think Candace has been proven that right very often. I think most of what she said has been bullshit and proven bullshit. But hey, she's gotten a few things right. Yeah. Hell, every once in a while, George Bush Jr. was actually the president, not President Cheney. Yeah, Brigitte's already proven, she's already done genetic testing in court. She's a chick. Just friggin' ugly. Check out the link I posted. Don't like the guy, but he's sticking to his neck out to say what he's saying. I don't think so. I still don't. I'm not going to believe it. I think it's absolute insane bullshit. When you are posting sentences like this, when you are posting sentences like that, here, hang on. Hang on. Let me get me out of the way here. When you are posting sentences, now I can, there. When you are posting sentences like this right here, you are full of shit. She just threw this on the president right here. That right there, I can't do it. I can't click on it. I keep forgetting that. This whole paragraph right here is bullshit. This is no proof. I will throw this on the President of the United States and our intelligence communities, and no matter what they say, whether they agree or disagree, guess what? They're hung. They're hung. If they don't say anything, they're hiding. They're part of working with the Jews. If they do come out and say something, they're going to do damage to any relations with people or going to get some other type of trouble. It's a screw job. This sentence, this paragraph, I'm calling bullshit. And my chat is froze. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what does it hurt for her to throw everything out? I just think it's insane and stupid. Either that or she's just grifting for money. Either way, it's still kind of, it's scurvy. It's scurvy. Either she's nuttier than squirrel shit and she needs to be in a padded room, or she's doing it just for the clicks and the money. There is no way that I think this is all above board, and she's done a bunch of other crazy shit. Once again, once you start saying Macron is a guy, his wife is a guy, and then his wife is his dad, come on. So yeah, they've already been in court. I'm trying to get my chat to move. There it goes. I had to reset that. Throwing out and wear it, see what sticks. It's still bullshit. Imagine if everybody just threw everything out there, just said insane stuff. Everybody with a big platform just said insane shit. Come on. And sooner or later, there are certain things you can say and do that can get you in legal issues. And or get you taken out. If there wasn't a plot, maybe there is now. Just saying. C-Star. I don't really trust any news, but this is so bizarre. She never has proof, actually. No, she doesn't. Sometimes she says shit and then, oopsie, gets proven right. The whole TPUSA stuff, the stuff she brought out was not a big revelation. It was stuff everybody else on the internet was already talking about, guessing about. She took some guesses and some of it stuck. But yeah, C-Star, you're right. She doesn't have any proof, and I'm going to stand by everything I'm saying. This sentence right here and this paragraph right here, total bullshit, and that to me ends the whole thing. Besides, she's just giving away the person who's supposedly right next to the Macrons and knows about this, is high up enough to be right there while the Macrons are going, hey, let's take out Candace. And this guy sneaks out. Come on. Like they would be saying that crap in front of anybody. You're going to tell me they're going to take out possibly the biggest online personality on earth, and they're going to say it in front of other people that could go and leak it out there. That they wouldn't think, hey, somebody's going to say something. Come on. It just beggars any type of belief. And I'm more than willing to go through a conspiracy theory. Boy, I've gone in some 9/11 stuff. Hell, even back to the Iron Man cartoon long before 9/11 happened, saying, hey, this is what could happen to the Twin Towers. Like, woo. But this goes beyond. And if we just let people throw any type of bullshit out about anybody, boy, that's not going to work out well for anything we do. Nothing's going to get that close to the truth. You're not going to tell me that French-Israeli commandos took out Charlie Kirk. Really? Really? I'm going to go with C-Star. I don't think she really has any proof. She's throwing all the onerous of proof and calling her out wrong or whatever. So let's say Trump comes out and calls her. Somebody asks him. He goes, oh, well, she's full of it. What's she going to say? What's she going to say if Trump doesn't toe the line? What's she going to say if he does? Just saying. Just saying. Yep, I got it, Joel. Thanks, buddy. But yeah, so I don't know. I'll even bring me up a little larger. Yes, thank you, Joel. I was going on a roll. I wasn't too worried about seeing something. I was reading and talking, but yeah, once I get to highlighting like this, that is a big deal. But no. Happened because their story they told us, and it was BS. I don't think the whole TPUSA thing was that big a deal. I really don't. Anything I've seen out of TPUSA and those supposed bombshells doesn't seem like a bombshell to me. It seems like, okay, and it seems like some of these people aren't quite online with us. And I really personally hate when people go, well, the FBI isn't telling us everything. Gee, no shit. Seriously, no shit. Anybody that had anything to ever do with a court case. Come on, there were people saying the same thing about Rittenhouse. There was a lot we didn't know until we got in that courtroom. There's a lot of cases out there where they don't let people know, especially supposed assassinations and murders and other stuff. They don't tell us everything. This is an ongoing investigation. We don't know what's going to come out in the court hearings yet. That's what I'm interested in. So people, oh my God, they're not telling us everything. Gee, no kidding. They don't. We still don't know everything about the kid who shot the other kid at the track meet in Texas. We don't even know everything about that. So they don't just tell you everything. I think that's crazy. She proved Charlie was leaving the Israel cause. No, he wasn't leaving it. He wasn't totally leaving it, I don't think. I think it was just he had questions. He wasn't leaving the Israel cause. He just wasn't going to dance and lie for the donors. That's different than leaving the Israel cause. Nothing about that says he was leaving the Israel cause. He was not going to dance, lie, sugarcoat for the donors is what he said. So I don't think that equates. Once again, I could be wrong, but that's my feelings. Let's see. There are legitimate questions about TPUSA. Yeah, why would they shoot themselves in the foot and end themselves? What, is there Israeli bullion coming to them? I'm just asking. Just asking. Talk about 9/11. Did you watch the Tucker interview? I watched the whole Tucker kerfuffle, all of his on that, what, series you'd call it? Yeah, I watched it. There's a lot of questions on 9/11. There is. Do I think some of it's real? No. Do I think some of it is? Yeah. There's enough BS there to go around. I mean, President Cheney, you know. Who did they hide that day? Wasn't George Jr. President Cheney was in an undisclosed location. George is out there going, hi, everybody. No, and I'm going to disagree with you still, Jay Watterson. Did not prove he was leaving the Israeli cause. I've seen other pundits actually push back on that too. No, all it said was he wasn't going to dance, lie, sugarcoat for donors. He had questions for Israel, but did not say he was leaving Israel. In fact, some of the stuff he'd done up to the days before he died, he was still very firmly behind backing Israel. Just he had questions and didn't like how they were handling certain things. That's different than just going, oh, I don't want to be friends with Israel anymore. Nothing will ever be enough proof for you. Same for you. I could say the same thing. There will never be enough JFK files, enough Epstein files to prove it to you either. So where are we at? We're both in the same boat, my friend. I get there will be enough proof for me. Show me actual. Show me proof. Candace here. No bullshit of this. All you got in the claims, I'm throwing shit on the president. This bullshit sentence here. Show evidence. Not say stuff. Show me some evidence. We've seen nothing. Everything she said about this is nothing burger. Seriously, show me where any of this, right here, this kerfuffle, the Israeli-French assassination ninja group, show me where there's any single bit of evidence. None. And you're the one that say they're not releasing everything. Well, how is it not okay for them to release stuff, but it's okay for her? So once again, when you say there's never enough evidence to me, there will be enough evidence if you show actual 100% proof. Let's see it. Let's get this French official out there. Let's get all this out. Let's see these ninjas. Let's find out why the Macrons would have taken out Charlie Kirk. Don't intimate there's an Israeli commando on the team and then throw it on Donald Trump. Once again, it's the same thing for you, my friend. There is not enough documents out there. And I don't care who they arrest for Epstein, you're always going to have somebody in your mind you thought should have been there. If they don't get arrested, you're not going to believe it. Same with 9/11. There's always going to be that stuff. JFK, Martin Luther King, there's tons of these things. So I may not see evidence here, but this is very fresh. There's a nothing burger at the moment. We have 20,000 times more documentation on Epstein or JFK than you have here. But you're automatically willing to believe this, but not that. And by the way, I'm not saying I believe in the Epstein thing either. I'm just pointing out a problem. That's all I'm doing. I'm just pointing out a problem. He did not say he was leaving it. Last I knew, he did not say he was leaving it. He just said he wasn't going to be friggin' kissing up for donors and letting donors push him around. All right. So, Jay Watterson, once again, if you say nothing is proof enough for me, but I can also say the same thing. So we've both got our things where no matter what comes out, who's arrested, it'll never be quite enough. That's the problem with conspiracy theories in general, because we all take sides, and a lot of it, there will never be enough proof for any of us. There will never be enough proof for you on some things and me on others. We just have to agree to disagree on it. And that's it. We can both push around and talk to each other, and you and Kay, and I'm not picking on you, Kay, I'm just saying, can push back on me, but on some other conspiracies, you've made your choice the other way. So it is what it is. Good grief is a funny phrase, isn't it? I don't know. Is grief really all that good? I'm not a fan. C-Star, his letter to Bibi didn't reflect Charlie would turn against Israel. Yes, that is a true, yes. Yes, C-Star, you're right. C-Star's working with me. Uh-oh. C-Star, are you an Israeli commando? Don't worry, Jay Waters and I have disagreed on a lot of stuff, and I'm sure we will a lot more times. I'm just saying, you can't tell me there's not enough proof for me on one conspiracy when there's not enough proof for you on others. We all have our stances on some of this stuff. I'm just out here spouting like a moron and asking questions. Oh, Joel, my conspiracy theory is, what did Barron Trump say to Biden on that video clip? My favorite part is when Barron looked back at Biden. Oof. Dude, there's a lot. That saying, wouldn't you love to be a fly on the wall? That says, all right, I saw what Kay said. That saying, wouldn't you love to be a fly on the wall? Boy, that is a really good saying. It really is. All right. Kay, I said I wasn't attacking you. I'm trying, but the letter is proof. I don't know. I do not think Israel took out Charlie Kirk over one little thing. There are people much more against Israel, the people that are powerful, that they would want to try to take out. Just ask Reverend Shmuley. Oh my God. I will tell you what. Reverend Shmuley is single-handedly going to quintuple Nick Fuente's subscriber base and viewers. If you saw the Piers Morgan thing earlier, Jesus. Also, Piers, you need to have a mute button. But Piers does that on purpose. Him and his people do that on purpose because they're arguing. Oh, it seems badass. People like a good kerfuffle. Even if it's stupid. I was at the gym trying to listen to that. Oh my God. Trying to work out, having a horrible leg day, and I was trying to listen to that, and I never... I'll tell you what. That guy is the Jew under the bed and in the closet. That guy's a loon. Sorry, Shmuley, you're a lunatic. My little feelings is hurt, broken. Oh, jeez. Nice, Kay. Thanks. That's good. All right. And I see everybody over on Rumble. Thank you very much for stopping in. All right. So, I don't know. That's just what I think. I just don't like this throwing it under the bus. I said we were going to spend the whole stream on it. I just... come on. They didn't... I do not think any government took out Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk was big, but Charlie Kirk was not that big. Now, what Charlie Kirk was, though, was the super glue, or how about this? Charlie Kirk was the grounding rod for Donald Trump. Charlie Kirk was the guy who gave Donald Trump honest advice, true advice, advice from people on the ground. Charlie going around talking to all these people, being around people, kept Trump grounded. And Trump has lost that, and now he's got assholes and jackwagons talking in his ear again, just like he did in his first administration. And I'm going to say right now, yes, I still love Trump. I think he's the best president of my lifetime, but I think if Trump doesn't do something super fast, the midterms are absolutely gone. He must have these anemic deportation numbers up 10 to 20 times what it is now. This is BS. It's anemic. He's been letting these idiot judges get in his way, even though the Supreme Court says they can't do it, but Trump goes, we'll see you in court. No. You say, too bad. You made your decision. I dare you to enforce it. So, yeah. And then the economy, you can't be making stuff up on the economy. You got to state what the economy is. Don't sound like Joe Biden's administration where they're all going, what are you talking about? $10 eggs is fine. No, the eggs are fine. Gas prices, no, it's fine. Don't believe your lion wallet. That's unfortunate. All right, so let's see here. All right. Oh, I'll move that over to here. There we go. What is that? So, wow, my laptop is slow. What have I been doing to this thing? I don't think that means they're going to kill him. Okay, see, I've seen that, but then also Charlie Kirk, leave the pro-Israel cause. Is not that means with the donors and other people. Doesn't mean automatically he's going to go, that's it, Israel, I don't like you. He said some other stuff that if I could had time to dig it up, that does not sound like he's going to just start crapping on Israel, start supporting Hamas or Palestine over Israel. That's a big leap. From supporting Israel to, that's it, I want the Gazans. I like Hamas better. That's a huge leap. So, yeah. All right, let's go on to explain how there was so many on that account saying they knew the night before he was going to die that day. I want them to trace those people. Well, that's the furries. There were, come on. If we really want to dig into that type of conspiracy, the trans community has got a problem. Overwhelmingly, and I'm not going to say all of them, but overwhelmingly, they have a violence problem. A lot of trans people, these people would have been in mental institutions in the day. What they're going through is still in medical texts as a medical problem, a mental problem. So it is a problem. But somehow we said, we're going to stop putting these people in, and getting them help and medicated. We're just going to, amp up their delusion. Well, when you start acting like this stuff, when you say, I can be a kitty cat, I need a litter box, or I'm a wolfkin, a deerkin, or today I can be a girl, tomorrow I can be a boy, or I'm a boy, but I should be able to weight lift and win the world's strongest woman championship because I feel girly today while I'm lifting 5 times the weight the girls can. That is mental problems. We have mentally ill people, and they are very violent. Once again, we've raised a generation or two of mentally ill people. Everybody gets a trophy. Can't spank your kid. Can't send send them to bed without dinner. Nobody ever said the word no to these little shits. They're empty, vapid, and don't have anything in their life. So they find a cause. This is like a religion to them. So they are violent over it. So how do they know? They have networks. These people are close. There are people that knew that some of these idiots, come on, how many times have we heard, well, the police knew about this? Or the family. If not, the FBI knew about this person. The police, the family, somebody knows. Nobody wants to say anything. Or there's pressure of calling out the trans thing. Ooh, we can't say anything against them. But they've got networks. They've got networks. All right. So there are a lot of these furry accounts. And I'll bet we're going to find out more during the trial. I personally, and this might make Jay Watterson maybe throw one less flip-flop at me. I am unsure if the guy they think did it. I personally, we can have our own conspiracy theories and beliefs. I may not agree with yours, but I'm not going to say you're totally wrong. I'm expecting possibly to have flip-flops thrown at me. I think the furry did it. I think the furry boyfriend did it, and he's covering. I do. The fact that this dude went 180. Either that or we're going to talk MK Ultra, right? Jay Watterson would love if I went MK Ultra. I don't know enough about MK Ultra anymore. I haven't read up on MK Ultra for a long time, but that was a big deal. All right. So, that's kind of my belief on a lot of it, but Cindy McCain, wife of Senator John McCain, confesses that the elites knew about Epstein. They're all in on it. Yeah, that's 2023. I don't know. I don't think there's any Epstein files left. I think Trump got in there. I think Patel got in there, and I've said it before. I think they got in there, made big noises, and then found out there ain't shit left. There's nothing to put out. Throwing flip-flops can be fun, but it is not a game. Okay, how about throwing Crocs? Those things hurt. No, throw flip-flops. Don't throw Crocs. There won't be a verdict. There may be a partial trial, but there will be no verdict. Why? Why won't there be a verdict? I'm not making funny. I'm really asking. Why won't there be a verdict? If I'm making funny, I'll tell you. No, seriously, why won't there be a verdict? So, okay, there's Rumble. I am opening your links, Jay Waters. That's why I answered the one. But I'm going to go through stuff later. But no, I'm seriously, what do you think is going to happen with a partial trial? They're going to take him out? I'll let you figure it out. Ooh, so I give my own conspiracy theories on it. Okay. Let me get the aluminum foil out. I can't help myself. The Israeli and French commando team is going to drop in through the courthouse roof and whisk him away to safety. And they're going to drop in. The Israeli part of the commando team will be dressed as a furry. There we go. That's what's going to happen. I think we all figured it out. I mean, if anything, if there's a partial trial and he's not found, there will be no verdict on him, on Robinson. I think maybe something would come out in the trial that would steer it towards Furboy. Towards the mentally deficient human. Or the wackadoo. That'd be my only reason. The only other thing is, even if they find somebody mentally incompetent to stand trial, it's still a type of verdict. So, all I get is you're looking at Israeli commando teams dressed as furries with French people coming in. Hell, maybe Brigitte Macron herself will walk in and say, by the way, I was with him, and I am the furry, and look, I do have a wiener. I don't know. I think a plea deal, well, that's still, to me, that's still kind of a verdict to me. Because usually most plea deals, you have to say something in court, and they actually find still a verdict. Okay, to do this plea agreement, I'll accept as a plea agreement, and you will be sentenced to blah, 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 or this. There's still a verdict, even with a plea deal. Come on, I've watched Law and Order. No, actually, I've been involved in a couple court cases. Actually, I'm going to be involved in one next week. That'll be interesting. Maybe I'll talk about it after it's over. But even a plea deal, though, usually has a verdict with it. The judge cannot accept it and go through the rest of the trial, or he can accept it, and then the verdict to do with the plea is entered. There's still a verdict. Furboy has not been seen since this all went down. Dude, I'll tell you what, Kay. I wouldn't be seen either, even if I had nothing to do with it. I'm telling you, I sure as crap would not be out walking around in public. If people had seen my face or something on these news stories and think, half the people are out there going to think I had something to do with it. Especially people that loved Charlie or something, even just fans. Somebody could take you out. I don't blame the person for being disappeared. Do I think that automatically means they're guilty? Oh, no. But come on, would you be out walking around in public? Not without Tony Stark's suit of armor, you wouldn't. You'd be going, shit. Hey, hon, you want to run down and grab me some milk from the grocery store? Screw you, Mom. You do it. I ain't setting foot in public. Half this country has my picture. Half this country's looking for my butt. I'm going to stay hidden here until they call me as a witness for the trial. They know where he's at. The FBI knows, witness protection, whatever. Somebody knows where he's at. There's no way this dude just disappeared. I can't do it. Unless one of you is about to put in the chat, the Israeli French commando team came and extracted him. They extracted him. Took him out in his furry outfit. A verdict comes from a jury. No, not all the time. A verdict can come from not just a jury, the judge. In fact, in a lot of plea deals, the jury is dismissed. When there's a plea deal, if the judge accepts the plea deal, then the judge gives a verdict to do with that plea deal. Most time that takes not all the time, but most of the time that takes the jury out of it. There are some plea deals where the jury can still make some type of verdict, but most of the time that means the jury's job is done. There's no deliberation. Here it is. Here's what we're going to plead to. Here's what there's going to be. And now the judge will say accept it or not. If he accepts, then there is certain things to do that plea deal he does, and it is still a verdict. He's crawling, not walking. Well, C-Star, you might be right. I'm sure he got rid of his old furry costume, too. Because I'll tell you what, any furry pictures I had of me wearing that thing on the internet, that sucker's getting burned, and I'm going to be like, buy me a Scrappy Doo or whatever else. Actually, no self-respecting furry would ever be Scrappy. Scrappy was horrendous. Scrappy was horrid. Scrappy run a good cartoon. I like Jay Watson, but what do I know? A shitload? A scary shitload? All right, Jay Watson. Here we go. Plot twist. Robinson gets a competent attorney and gets a not guilty verdict. Maybe. But let me ask you a question. With everybody believing, once again, conspiracy theories, once they're out there, it's hard to delete them. Let's say he does get a not guilty verdict. Would you ever be able to walk around in public again? Seriously. His name's been out there. His face is out there. His family, everything. Dude. Even his family thinks he did this. He had his dad's gun. There's way a lot. I don't know. I think a competent attorney will get the death penalty off his neck. No pun intended. But I don't think this guy, unless it comes out his boyfriend is the one that actually did it, or the, God help me, the underground Israeli commando trans furry network did it. And he's got some proof. Because the only way this guy is going to get off scot-free is with major proof he did not do it. I mean, major proof. Once again, we don't know what the FBI is holding on to, guys. We do not know what the FBI is holding on to. The fact that they are actually admitting they want to go for the death penalty says they think they have a lot of evidence. So, I don't know. Now they picked him up on one of those Egyptian airplanes. Ah, nice. And they would give him a new name and face. So it'll be like a Nicolas Cage, John Travolta movie, Face Off. That was a good old movie. Oh, that movie was harsh, though. If you really look at some of what he did with the other guy's face. Oof. Just because you change the face doesn't mean the whole body is different. So you don't think the wife... just saying. Let's not dig into that movie. There's a lot of holes in it. Okay, changed his face and a few other things. But everything else, she couldn't tell the schwanz wasn't right. She grabs them butt cheeks. Hey, these butt cheeks are a little different. Come on, really? Your breath? Something a little different? Just asking. Imagine a good attorney cross-examining the actions of TPUSA people. That ain't going to stop anything. That's just plain stupidity. Even I've even heard people like Tim Pool and some others talking about that. That the security staff was lazy and not good at their job. Where somebody like Tim Pool's security staff is, you could argue, a little too nutty. I just think it was horrible staff. They fucked up. They got lazy. They trusted when they were told, well, we got it covered. And they trusted it was stupid. I don't think that is going to be enough to get anybody off at all. At all. The security staff was stupid. There are a lot of stupid people out there that make stupid mistakes. A lot of people that are usually competent make stupid mistakes. A lot of stuff we could say. I don't think a decently provable mistake or just bad at their damn jobs is going to do it. I just don't think so. Every public lie will be brought up in the corresponding video. I don't think there's enough public lies to say that somebody else took out Charlie Kirk. This kid was too on the spot, too much footage. The gun was the gun, and everything else. I don't think that's going to get him off. I don't think there's enough public lies to say that somebody else took out Charlie Kirk. This kid was too on the spot, too much footage. The gun was raw. The gun, everything else. I don't think that's going to get him off. I don't think there's enough public lies to say that somebody else took out Charlie Kirk. This kid was too on the spot, too much footage. The gun was raw. The gun, everything else. I don't think that's going to get him off. Only have to convince one person on the jury. Man, that's a good point, though. And in this age of partisanship, it's not like you have to convince anybody, honestly. If you get one idiotic juror that just already has their mind made up and will never, ever change your mind no matter what you show them, because, Orange Man bad or something, or Jews bad or whatever else, or Jews amazing, whatever. Yeah, it does take just one, and that is something we can 100% agree on. I mean, come on, Donald Trump got convicted of 34 felonies. They're bullshit felonies. By a jury of people who were going to convict him of no matter anything. It doesn't matter. They don't even know what they convicted him of. There's no underlying crime. No nothing. That was a first for our judicial system. They made shit up and said, well, even if you don't agree on the crime, here's a la carte. 5 of you can choose this, 2 this, 1 this, 3 this. Totally different crimes, but we'll say that works. So that's, one juror is all it takes, yeah. Kay, yeah. Right now, Jay Waterston and Kay are definitely in sync, yes. A jury is going to be effing hard to find. Now there, Jay Waterston, here's where you may have a leg to stand on, bud. There may not be a verdict. How can they find a jury that hasn't been tainted by this? Come on, you got to give me a little kudo on that one. Give me one flip-flop or just a little yay on that one. Yeah, how are they going to find a jury that hasn't been tainted? Kay threw it out there, and Kay's right. Who hasn't heard of this? Who isn't already got their mind made up? Who is going to want to be on this jury? And if they choose wrong, half the country is going to be going, we're going to get you. Or if they find this guy guilty, all the trans furry lunatics out there are going to go, we're going to get you. And we know the left. You rule against the left, they'll track your ass down at home. They'll dox you. They'll come after you violently. So far, most centrist and right-leaning people aren't like that, but maybe this Charlie Kirk thing is enough to send them to do the same thing. Finding a jury, maybe not be able to find an untainted jury may get this without a verdict, unless they do a bench trial. They may have to take, I'm not sure about where they're at. In some states, if that happens, you can still have a bench trial. But the death penalty has to be off the table then or something. I'm not sure about their state. Thank you very much, C-Star. Nothing says love like flip-flops. Yeah, Kay, they can't. I don't know. I just don't know. I want to know how they could ever do it. They only have to show the investigation was shoddy. I think that's 2 Ds. Shoddy. Unless shoddy is really what you want to go for. And create reasonable doubt that someone else did it. I don't know if they can create reasonable doubt. The only reasonable doubt they can create is the boyfriend. With what evidence we've seen. But once again, we are still conjecturing out here without having everything the FBI, the police, the lawyers, and everything else have. So we are still conjecturing. Like I said, after trials, once the trials have done of a lot of things out there, serial life enders, I don't know what I can't. YouTube is goofy. Serial killers and everything else and all the other stuff. Hindsight is always 20/20 once everything has been shown. We are still guessing. But I think, Kay, I think, there's a problem with finding a jury. I don't know what they're going to find. I mean, this is one of the biggest, I'm going to say this is probably the biggest assassination since Lincoln. Yeah, I know, Reagan, whatever. But you know what I mean? I think this was maybe the biggest one since Lincoln. Where the country was involved, either for good or bad, and or just the news of it was so big. So, woof. Stand up, Kay. Give yourself a pat on the back. Okay, Jay Waterston, you can have a little one too. They tainted the jury pool from day one. It was by design. The head of the security on a media tour. Thing is, it was such news. I don't think that's going to be what tainted it. I think just the news. It's everywhere. Because a lot of times there's partisan stuff where unless you watch, let's say, Steven Crowder, you didn't hear about something. Unless you watch right-leaning pundits, if you're on the left, you didn't hear about it because they never watch anything but their lefty stuff. If you're on the right, though, the problem is you do watch a lot of stuff. It doesn't matter. There's always stuff a lot of people don't see or hear of certain things. Even in other parts of the country, they can move the venue. This was so big, so public. It doesn't matter what anybody else did. The media, the happening in open air like that, breaking news. Everybody, plus the internet. The internet piped it onto everybody's phone. Yeah, I don't think it took any media tours, anybody making mistakes. I think just, boom, it was out there. Boom. I think that is a downside to today's technology because too many people know where it's hard. The funny thing is, I don't know if a tainted jury pool is even a legal recourse. Oh, malware bites, huh? Okay, bye-bye. I don't think that's actually in our Constitution where you're not supposed to have somebody that knows about it. I think that's kind of a more recent thing from what I remember. It's do you know about this? Yes, I think remember some old stuff back in the day. Did you know about this? But can you still make an honest decision and be unbiased is what it is. Not that you don't know about it. It's just, can you look at the evidence, make an unbiased decision based on the evidence alone? Yeah, I'm not saying it's easy, but that whole, oh my God, we got to change the venues thing, that's pretty recent. I think that's over the last 50 years. Hell, I remember watching some really old movies where that was never a thing. That was never a thing. So... C-Star, they found him fairly quickly. They have footage, gun. Yeah, they have him before and after. The gun and possible confession. He did do a confession. They were trying to get it thrown out. My thing is the texts, I think, once again, Jay Watterson, give yourself a little smile, a little smirk. This is my turn for conspiracy theory that I'm guessing at. Not sure I believe it. But if there is an out here, it's those text messages. The text messages looked scripted, and it could have been just because they were trying to paraphrase with text language kids use now. A lot of people aren't terminally online and into this stuff. I run into tons of people younger than me, my age, that don't know text language at all, and how some of the phrasing of today. A lot of people were saying that they changed it out of their furry language and chat to more wording for normal people, so that made it look that way. Others are saying it's because they set it up, because Furry Boy is the one that did it, and Robinson was just doing it to cover for him. It was a whole script that they set up between them. So I don't know. So yeah, C-Star, I don't know. There's a lot, and I'm going to keep hammering that home to everybody. We are conjecturing on what we've seen. What we've been told, we don't know for sure what they all have. We don't know. And I don't think we'll know until the trial, maybe ever, but most evidence would come out in a trial. I've watched other trials where you didn't know jack until things come out, and you're like, oh, in the trial, you're like, oh, well, crap. That doesn't make sense. That makes even less sense. Or, oh, that makes more sense. So I want to see how far, Jay Watterson's got me wondering too. I would like to see how far we get into a trial on this. Okay, your feelings are better now? Good. Yes. If the furry changes to a new costume, does that make them trans furry? Ooh. Jimmy was just sitting there this whole time. He's like writing things out or typing things out, trying to, what can be a good one to put in? Ooh, here it is. And then he had that light bulb come on. Nice. If the furry changes to it costume, made him trans furry. Can you be a furry if you're wearing like a lizard costume? What if you think you're a Komodo dragon? Or a snake? Does that still count as furry, or are you ooh, maybe there's another layer of these people called the scalies. I don't know. I don't want to, what's the rules? It's got to be a fuzzy critter? Might be too on the nose if you're a furry and you go as a hamster, though, or a gerbil, right? There is a radio show from years ago, played this thing of a news story, and these news guys were crying laughing about a felching incident with a gerbil named Raggett. If you get a chance to, look it up. It is on YouTube, and you will cry laughing. I don't know if I can play that here. But yes, a felching incident with a gerbil named Raggett. If you look it up, you go pee before you do, because you may go. All right. A good question. I would think so. I don't know. Yeah, 100%. There's a gag order in place for everyone involved, and the head of security has been in several podcasts talking. I don't think he knows anything. That's why. The gag order is on most of the people that have evidence. I don't think that guy has any evidence. I think he's out trying to cover his own ass. I think he's really out trying to cover his own ass. In fact, the fact that he doesn't have a gag order on him really is because he knows Jack. In fact, it looks bad for him that he has no gag order on him. Good question. Let's see. I haven't seen any pictures or videos that show Robinson on the campus or with the rifle. Once again, why would you see it? I mean, are you part of the FBI investigation? We don't know. We don't know what they have. And that is an illogical thing to think right there, that you haven't seen it, so... Let's see. I mean, I haven't seen a maroon and green Ford Mustang, but I'm sure there might be one. I had to get my dailies done in Anson PNC. Oh my God. C-Star makes me wonder what the furry wears to court. Well, I don't think they're going to let them wear their outfit. That would be interesting, though, wouldn't it? What's your name? My name is Bonzo. Could you please throw that stick so I can fetch it? Oh, good gosh. Dude, I don't know. You're trans, which is already a problem for most humans. And then you're dressing up as an animal also. Dude, you don't even know if you want to be human, let alone what you... Oh, boy. That's layers. That's layers. Is it kinky? If you're both dressed up like puppy dogs, is it kinky to do it human style in the costumes? Just asking. Ooh, we'll be kinky. We're both dressed up like puppy dogs. We'll do it missionary. Is that what kink is to them? I'm just asking. If you go as a gerbil, do you crawl in a tube and hope to become a lemming? Well, like I said, if you go look up, let me see if I can find that. I have no problem looking here. Actually, we'll just go here. I know it's on here. I don't think I'm going to play it, but I'll show you. I don't know how to spell that. Raggett. This right here. Oh, this is horrible. Actually, I'm going to just click the link right here. This will make you cry. I don't know. I don't know what the rules are on YouTube about this. It's on YouTube, right? So you think I could play this? We'll do this at the end. We'll do this at the end. I'll get myself in trouble at the end, okay? Then we'll actually play this. All right? All right. Let's go back to here. Okay. There we go. All right. So we're about done with this. All right, let's head on a little bit more here. I'm trying to keep this a certain time, and I'm not going to make it on my. Oh, I'm not doing bad. Okay. But we'll do the gerbil. We'll do Armageddon at the end. Be prepared though. I'm gonna have to stop it once while I'm playing somebody else's stuff. But wow, it is worth it. Okay. Did you guys see this? I love this. This is just, I don't care. Fun fact: the average IQ in Somalia is 68. Did you guys see that? And over 50% of their population is inbred. I'm not sure I'm even asking this right. Last I knew it was like 70 or something. Or special or goofy. Okay, so the average IQ among people with Down syndrome. Oh, okay. Most people with Down syndrome score between 70. So yeah. So classified as intellectually disabled is anybody below 70. Anybody below 70 is intellectually disabled. So when you have the average IQ in Somalia being 68, means most of them are intellectually doink. They're bottom barrel. So yes, Minnesota has 80,000 of them. Let's say at least 50% of them are inbred and have an IQ just slightly more of that on my toenail on my big toe on my left foot. That is scary. That is scary crap. I just love that. That is hilarious. See if I get good comments on that. AOC is Somalia? That's not AOC, dum-dum. What? Oh, okay, I got it. Ha, see? My IQ is 72. Just enough to get over that hump. If I was 71, I wouldn't have got that at all, let alone a delay. That's how we got the movie The Hills Have Eyes. Ooh, you're right. Dude, I haven't seen that movie in a while. That's a goofy movie, dude. That is. Dude, that whole soundtrack should have been ding, 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 ding. That was bad. The county with the most Somalis in the United States have a terribly high crime rate. Well, duh. Yeah, they got Somali gangs in Minnesota going around taking out high school kids and going through doing a bunch of crap. And a lot of them are on welfare, of course, because they're dumb. St. Paul property crime, 3,803 crimes per 100,000, 79% higher than state average. 94% higher than national average. Total property crime numbers in 2020, 11,000. Oh my Lord. That is crazy. IQ below 70 points is what, people? Oh yeah, this too. 49%, he says 49 inbred. Average national IQ of 67. Wow. 70 qualifies for mental retardation. Woo! That is horrendous. Remember, she stood up there. We played this a couple months ago. She stood up there and said, I'm working for Somalia. She didn't say working for America. She's working for Somalia. That is some crap. In Fort Somalia, elect Somalia, and you get that 100%. Ooh, wow. Okay, that's spicy. These are refugees. These are not refugees, yeah? Honestly. We got to stop bringing in just anybody who just doesn't want to be part of our country. You don't import people who hate what your country is, don't like it, and are here just take advantage of it. Whether your religion, your other beliefs, if they don't mesh with the country you're going to, that country should not let you in. I'm not talking about just us. Might be too late for the UK, but man. Bro, how did you know I'm Somali? Yeah. It's a common condition when your mother is your aunt. Ouch. No wonder they follow Ilhan. Oh, yeah, 100%. See, sorry, you're 100% right. These are average people. Even if you go above, let's say they have an IQ of 75, 80, they're still stupid. Yeah. Oh, they see, ooh, free stuff? Okay. Oh, she look like me. Oh, I go good brown girl. She sees her language sound like what I say. Yeah. And I can't do her sing-songy voice. X-Files is the reason I will never use a porta potty again. Yeah. Yeah, X-Files. Dude, X-Files was amazing in the day, wasn't it? What did you send me? Oh, okay, I see it. There are a lot of movies that make you not want to ever use a porta potty, I'm telling you. What is that doing? There we go. Honey badger, right? You can't serve two masters, 100%. I'm also against anybody having dual citizenship. Pick one. Pick one. Pick one. Because that's like Jimmy says, you can't have two masters. If you immigrate to America, you're not keeping your old citizenship. Nope. You are American or fuck off. You didn't see people coming here when lefties wanted to say, well, all the immigrants came here through Ellis Island. Would you have kicked them out? No, because they came here to be American. They didn't go, I'm keeping my German citizenship, but I'm going to be here in America too. Nope, they came here with nothing. We gave them a bag of food, a little bit of money, and said, go forth. That's it, done. They became American. They didn't go, well, I'm keeping my citizenship here, here, and here. No, you have citizenship to one country. Fuck off and leave if you don't want to be American. Because you look like you wouldn't say, I'm the captain now. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, that's just not right, man. How's his neck even hold that? That's an unfortunate thing going on there. And have you ever heard the dude talk? It was frigged up. All right. A little bit of moving on here. Pramila Jayapal. Trump lied. His ICE is not going after the worst of the worst like he promised. That is a lie. Trump said he wanted mass deportations. When you bring in 20 million on top of the 30 million that were here, that's 50 million. Mass deportations does not mean the smaller percentage that has committed other crimes while being here. No. That is, you get mass. Mass, that means, to my eye, 50 million people, you get at least 35 of them out of here. That's mass. Anything over half. How about 30 million is mass deportations? He never said he was only going after the worst. He did not say any of that. He said the worst of the worst would be first. And then we'll go after everybody else. Me, I think that's stupid. Just go after everybody. The vast majority of people being taken are hardworking. Are they? Illegal immigrants overwhelmingly are on our welfare rolls. Legal immigrants are not. Law-abiding members of our community know when every one of them broke the law just coming here. Let alone working without Social Security numbers or stealing Social Security numbers, not paying taxes. They've broken shitload of laws. Well, they pay taxes. Sales tax does not count. Buying a Snickers bar does not count. Paying any type of tax on my welfare does not count. They are just trying to provide for their families and contribute to America. Screw you. We are more worried about American families. I don't like this. Only reason I put this here because of this lie. Trump lied. His nice is not going after the worst of the worst. Yes, they are. She's trying to intimate she's mad because they're not just going after the worst of the worst. All of them. Oh, Faces of Death. I'm not going to lie. I watched that when I was a kid. And I watched some of those. And then me and our friend kind of started looking at each other going, I'm not sure what we're doing, man. I'm not sure we should be watching this. There's a couple of them that made, even as a younger person, when you're not too scared of death, where we went, ooh, maybe we're going to stop. But nowadays, I'm not sure I would sit down and watch Faces of Death. I will say, you get older, I think as soon as you cross the threshold of 30, a lot of people I knew wouldn't even watch that stuff after age 30. Like, man, that death thing. You have a few brushes with cars pulling out in front of you, and you live life. And you start looking at this mortality tunnel coming. You're going, I don't know a lot of people watch that stuff anymore. Usually young people look at that crap. Yes, C-Star, you're right. Trump said, if you're illegal. Mass deportations. Pramila Jayapal is another one that needs to be out of here. No more first-generation immigrants being in our government. That is stupid. That is stupid. Come in here and make laws for Americans. It's just dumbest effing thing ever. How can a country survive when you let first-time immigrants come in and be in our government telling citizens what to do? Setting our laws when they're half a millimeter from their own third world effing nation's beliefs. That's stupid. It was a rite of passage like Eddie Murphy, Raw or Porky's. Oh, don't even get me going about Porky's. That was a good movie. Good movie. All right. Do you guys see this? Okay, she's got a she, her right away. Ann Lesby, PHB. Lesby? I hope this is a joke name. I really do. 1/8 black. Semi-trans. Doctor of Metaphysical Botany at Fackerton. Is that even real? Cannibalistic vegan, best-selling author of Rediscovering Plant Gender Identity. Please tell me this is not real. Followed by Chaya Rychek. If you don't know who that is Libs of TikTok. Chaya Rychek. So I'm hoping this is a funny account. I really do. Besides the name, the semi-trans, metaphysical botany, cannibalistic vegan, I think it's a joke, but I did like this. Okay, it's a troll account. Thank you. I was hoping so. But because I was reading this, but you know what? These days, even if you click on this and look at it and you're reading that going, no way. The one time where you do not automatically think there's no way, it's going to be real. It's going to be real. One, you don't have skepticism. But I just loved this. And this trolling is epic. I found out this country exists. And I'm literally shaking and vomiting. I love that. That is epic trolling right there. People are answering too. It's pronounced Niger. It's next to Nigeria. Walk away from this. You obviously don't know shit, people. I knew a kid named oh my God, she said nice. But no, I read this, and that's what made my stinkers went up there. I was like, wait a minute, there is no way. But yeah, I was laughing at some of the people who really went into this. It has for some time. Why be upset? But it's not easy to know these days. You could click on this, and this could be a real human. Because I'm going to bet you right now, there are people that have this much goofy shit in their profile, and they're real. It's hard to tell. She said nice. She said nice. That'd be a rough one. But no, I liked that one. That was good. We got Dum Dum there. That's about all I had. Okay. Now, I hope like heck this one is not going to get me in trouble. I'm going to pause real quick. Please do me a favor, everybody. Hit thumbs up for the stream. Now, this one here, I do not know. I'm going to have to pause. I know this. Armageddon. Radio announcer Robert D. Rayford struggles with a funny story. He does. He struggles. He struggles on this. And I don't know if any of you have ever heard this. I heard this a long time ago. This is posted 18 years ago. God, YouTube. Dude. Either you had bad parents or were inspired by a boy named Sue. Yeah? Some people say that about my first name, but My first name was originally a boy's first name. You know, a lot of girls have it now, not spelled my way, though. All right, guys, I'm gonna play the ad, then we'll get to here in a sec, so I can skip. AT&T. Get an AT&T, everybody. All right, this is something. Now, if you never heard this, I'm going to have to stop a couple times at least and talk about it because, you know, fair use laws. And I'm probably still going to get in trouble. I've won all but one of my fair use claims. And that one was bullshit, but YouTube does this. All right, so do me a favor, please drop a thumbs up on the stream before we play this, and go pee real quick. Pause and come back and play this after you. If you haven't peed, don't. This is hilarious. All right, let me set myself here, make sure I'm going. There we go. I want to make sure there's no extra music added on here. And that is loud as it goes. Uh-oh. Are you guys hearing that?
And he says,
there it is.
Fax from...
All right.
Here's a fax from Cooter in Orlando, who sends me a copy of a story that appeared in the Los Angeles Times. He says, a prestigious newspaper, not the oft-maligned Weekly World News.
Here, I love all the bull stuff they just put over it here. This is not real. It has nothing to do with the story.
Quoting the story, in retrospect, lighting the match was my big mistake, but I was only trying to retrieve the gerbil. Eric Tomaszewski told...
You got to know where that's going right away. Lit a match to retrieve a gerbil. This is before furries were well known, guys.
The news doctors in the severe burns unit of Salt Lake City Hospital.
I'll back up.
Did you hear that? Oft-maligned Weekly World News. Quoting the story, in retrospect, lighting the match was my big mistake, but I was only trying to retrieve the gerbil. Eric Tomaszewski told the news doctors in the severe burns unit of Salt Lake City Hospital. Tomaszewski and his homosexual partner, Andrew Kinky Farnham,
and then they grew up to become furries. I'm telling you. Jeez. Oh, yeah. This goes downhill. No, almost. This is where the Richard Gere thing came from, people think.
Had been admitted for emergency treatment after a felching session had gone seriously wrong. I pushed a cardboard tube up his rectum and slipped Raggett, our gerbil, in, he explained. As usual, Kiki shouted out, Armageddon! My cue that he'd had enough.
If there was ever a case of animal abuse. Okay. I have problems. Besides the average problems, I have problems. How are you getting a tube into the rear entry port? Big enough for a gerbil to go climbing up in there. And why is the gerbil going to do it? What is so bad out here that making the gerbil go, I'm going for it? Dude.
I tried to retrieve Raggett. My cue that he'd had enough.
This guy dies.
I tried to retrieve Raggett, but he wouldn't come out again, so I peered into the tube and struck a match, thinking the light might attract him.
It's over. He's done.
At a hushed press conference, a hospital spokesman described what happened next. The match ignited a pocket of intestinal gas and flame shot out the tube, igniting Mr. Tomaszewski's hair and severely burning his face. It also set fire to the gerbil's fur and whiskers, which in turn ignited a larger pocket of gas further up the intestine, propelling the rodent out like a cannonball. Armageddon!
The true victim here is the gerbil. They made the gerbil into a cannonball. They shot a gerbil out of a guy's hiney. The gerbil got lit. And the gerbil lit more gas. That is insane. Huh.
Thomas Tomaszewski suffered second-degree burns and a broken nose from the impact of the gerbil. While Farnham suffered first and second-degree burns to his anus and lower intestinal tract. Armageddon! Peered into the tube and struck a match. Taking the light might make the gerbil come out. So that's what felching is all about. Armageddon!
And that is our educational portion of the night, everybody. The poor gerbil. And they never tell you if the gerbil survived or not. I'm betting no. The gerbil was probably marching to his death and he knew it. But that is what felching is. And that's where the Richard Gere thing, this came out like 20-something years ago. And then it was posted on YouTube 18 years ago. I think I even found some others even earlier. But yeah, it was posted all that time ago. I mean, got burns to his face, burned his hair. And can you imagine the propulsion on that gerbil? It shot the gerbil out enough to break the guy's nose. Broke his nose. And then, okay. We've all had burrito night at Taco Bell or at Aunt Maria's Cantina, had the Nachos Supreme and a couple of beers and paid for that the next night when you found out they had a hand washing issue. But actual burns, we make jokes about hot sauce and burns in your rectum. An actual, turning your butt into an actual flamethrower. Can you imagine? Dude, I'm sure you guys have all had some type of burn somewhere. Imagine having burns, actual flame burns in your Heineken. Internally. Dude, you are not, how do you poo? How do you can't wipe nothing. Ain't no bidet gonna make that feel good. What the absolute hell? How do you handle that? I mean, seriously, that is just freaky. I mean, it also set fire to the gerbil. I mean, just read it out loud. It set fire to the gerbil's fur and whiskers, which in turn ignited a larger pocket of gas farther up the intestine, propelling the rodent out like a cannonball. I mean, just reading this is horrendous. I mean, it just doesn't get better no matter what. Tomaszewski suffered second-degree burns and a broken nose from the impact. The poor gerbil. The impact of the gerbil. Why Farnham suffered first and second-degree burns to his anus and lower intestine. I wonder if the gerbil guy was propelled forward. I would say no. I'm going to say no because the weight of the gerbil is like a firearm. You get a little kick. Maybe he had a little recoil. Okay, I would wonder if the tube looked like a Bugs Bunny cartoon tube. You know? Poor gerbil. I wonder if the tube looked like a Bugs Bunny cartoon, all folded back around the edges. You know, like when Bugs Bunny puts a carrot in the end of the firearm. And it goes... Oh, the broken nose. Dude, the gerbil come out like a rocket. I mean, this right here says it all. That's just... Come on. How? It just makes me die. I mean, this here is just bad. This one image. See if I can find it again. That. Right there, the eyeball. Right there. So you stuck your eyeball up to it. I can't help myself. I got to play that again. I just don't think I can just let it go.
Maligned weekly world news. Quoting the story, in retrospect, lighting the match was my big mistake, but I was only trying to retrieve the gerbil. Eric Tomaszewski told the news doctors in the severe burns unit of Salt Lake City Hospital. Tomaszewski and his homosexual partner, Andrew Kinky Farnham, had been admitted for emergency treatment after a felching session had gone seriously wrong. I pushed a cardboard tube up his rectum and slipped Raggett, our gerbil, in, he explained.
Okay, I got to stop. I have to ask again. Cardboard tube. I'm not going to make any judgments of anybody else in the chat. My rectum is not open enough or lax enough to get a cardboard tube in it without it collapsing. I'm talking, I'm going to be making diamonds out of that coal. There ain't no damn way. How are you getting a tube in there? The rectum shot here is just horrendous, by the way.
I pushed a cardboard tube up his rectum and slipped Raggett, our gerbil, in, he explained. As usual, Kiki shouted out, Armageddon! My cue that he'd had enough. I tried to retrieve Raggett, but he wouldn't come out again, so I peered into the tube and struck a match, thinking the light might attract him.
It's over. This guy's done. He's done.
At a hushed press conference, a hospital spokesman described what happened next.
Now imagine you're a guy 20 to 23 years ago reading this. This is before all this insanity started. Let's say it's right around the year 2000 and you're reading this on the news. You're not used to the insanity that's gone on in this country the last 10 years or so. Back when things were more common sensed. You know, this guy is just like, what the absolute hell? They could still read this on the news. This was the ha-ha of the day on the local or national radio show. You do that nowadays, you're going to be lambasted.
The match ignited a pocket of intestinal gas and flame shot out the tube, igniting Mr. Tomaszewski's hair and severely burning his face.
So it had to be like 2 gunshots going off. Because the first, he lit a match. Maybe don't eat burritos before you start doing butt play, by the way. No gassy. Make sure you're not gassy. That's dangerous. He lit a match. Woof. It backfired in his face. That backfired, lit the gerbil. The gerbil then ignited another pocket of gas that shot the gerbil out. So it had to be like, woof, whop. Had to be like a double shot. It'd be like, woof, whop, right in the face with a flaming gerbil. I mean, you can never tell anybody, how'd your nose get broke? Oh, I got hit in the face with a flaming gerbil coming out of a butthole. Oh, you too?
It also set fire to the gerbil's fur and whiskers, which in turn ignited a larger pocket of gas further up the intestine, propelling the rodent out like a cannonball. Armageddon! 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 Tomaszewski suffered second-degree burns and a broken nose from the impact of the gerbil, while Farnham suffered first and second-degree burns to his anus and lower intestinal tract. Armageddon! Peered into the tube and struck a match, thinking the light might make the gerbil come out. So that's what felching is all about. Armageddon! Who says that? I didn't. Robert D. Raven on the John Boy Billy Show.
That's just not right. I think it's hilarious. That's just one of those old things that a lot of people haven't heard. 18 years ago, 12 years ago, durable, 16 years ago. So I'm going to bet, right around 20 years ago is when the original was done then. So around 20-something years ago. Sometimes they use hands or fists. Ew. Everyone is different. What won't fit for you will fit for others. I'm sorry, but I don't think a cardboard tube is going to go in any human's hiney without training, shall we say? Or a stretching job, a bunch of stretching. Because most people I know aren't just like shooting out turds the size of my leg. Because if you can stick a cardboard tube in there so it's loose enough Gerbil Boy can go up there, I still want to know if the tube had all the curled ends like a Bugs Bunny cartoon. They never mentioned the poor gerbil. Poor Raggett. Dude, this gerbil died. One of the most horrendous deaths for a gerbil. But I bet he was happy it was over. Tell me he wasn't happy it was over. Man, oh man. Funniest story in radio history. That's what that one says it is. Armageddon. You're never going to look at Armageddon the same way, though. Dude, you got to train the rear. There ain't nobody's rear just level and just ready for that crap. It just doesn't happen. No, I'll say no. All right. Let's see here. I think we're going to get ready to head out of here in a sec, guys. I think I'm about done. Everybody may be different, but there's no way. I'm just saying. There is no way. Well, like pepperheads, everyone keeps pushing the envelope. Yeah. Okay, are you trying to tell us? I don't know, but can you imagine being this guy reading this all that time ago? Seriously. He's reading this, and this is long before all the insanity we've had. All the trans stuff, furry stuff, all the other rear stuff, and all the other goofy shit that's gone in the last 10 years. No. Hey, I thought you were speaking from a point of knowledge there. Come on, Jay Watterson. Where's your conspiracy theory mind now? There go my feelings again. Oh, man. And you wonder why Jax tears the paper towel rolls every time he sees one. You think Jax has been messing... You think Jax is messing with gerbils? Oof. Oh, God. I don't know if I've ever played that for my wife. I'm not to play that for her yet when she, before she goes to work. She's got to go in early because holiday hours. Look up the pair of anguish. Oh, no. I'm not looking that up on here. Hang on. That's one I got to be careful. Let's see here. I think I know what it is, though. I think I know exactly what that is. That's one of those medieval. Oops. Let's use the right keyboard. How about that? Good grief. There it is. Boy, you know what's scary? I didn't even get it finished. I typed in pair of A, and it comes up. So a lot of people are doing this. That's wrong. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, it goes in and they can... That's wrong. A pear-shaped metal device with a screw mechanism designed to expand the inside of a victim's mouth, rectum, or the vajayjay, causing severe pain and injury. I think it might be a little farther than that. But, hey, even in this, you don't have flaming gerbils getting shot out. That's a new level. I'll bet even back in the day where they made the pair of anguish here, I'm going to bet that they wouldn't, They wouldn't have thought of a flaming gerbil. I don't know if they would have thought of that. Yeah. I don't know if even they would have thought of that. They'd have looked at that and said, no. They'd be like, dude, that's just too far. Okay, just putting a metal device up there, but a poor gerbil, a flaming gerbil? No. Plus, they wouldn't have gone, Middle Ages, they wouldn't have gone near a rodent. They'd be worried about the bubonic plague, black plague. Oof. Gotta watch that. The multiracial plague. Don't say black plague, folks. Just saying. Don't say black plague. All right. People of the past wouldn't think we have kids nowadays using a litter box. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. It is. That's pretty wonky. Yeesh. Yeesh. Oh. My, how times have changed, don't you think? What do you think? My, how times have changed. Now they do it for fun. Sorry. This was a punishment. Think about this. That was a punishment at one time. I'm not going to say explain this. Explain this? Oh, no. At one time, this was a punishment. So, yeah. Now they do it for a good time. We've gone downhill. This was torture, and now it's just what some couples do on the average Saturday night. Yike. Kind of makes you wonder, what will people be doing that we consider horrendous now, or a torture now? 600 years from now, they're going to be going, dude, this is a great time. What are you talking about? This is what we do for fun. Well, to think of it, the littler box is an upgrade to what they used in the day. Well, I guess, but jeez. Sheesh. All right. Well, let's get the do. Boink and doink. Okay. All right, let's see here. Watch it. People of the past. Okay, yeah. Rip the warning labels off things or buy labels off Amazon that say rectal use only on everything. Oh my God. That's almost, boy. Put it on some of these cars these days are small enough you can put for rectal use only on those little things. Mechanics, we call them roller skates, the little bitty cars. The cars that you buy it and you drive it down the road, you're going to be buried in it if there's an accident. It has an A+ crash rating for its class. Well, that's great. As long as you run your little roller skate into another little roller skate, you'll survive, probably. But if you run into anything larger than your roller skate, you're screwed. You run your roller skate into my Chevy Avalanche, and guess what? You ain't, that A1 rating ain't going to do you nothing. So, yeah. A lot of people use composting toilets. Oh, that is so gross. Oh, that's so nasty. I was watching one of those little house, tiny house series things. And one of the things was they had a composting toilet, and the one person was so greeny. They were into all this. Mother Earth, Gaia, my own clothes made out of hemp and plants and wishes and dreams and spit. Stuff like that. Where these people drew the line with the composting toilet. Wait, you mean I gotta pick up and carry poop every day? And the smell's gonna waft through there and some spillage? I go, yeah, that does happen. Oh, okay, forget this. That was their line. Yeah, we invented plumbing for a reason. I don't want to be carrying my poo around. Here's a bucket of poo. Ooh, if you trip, no. That is so gross. I do know, Andy, the castle wall toilet runs the risks of a flaming arrow. Yeah. Man, that's just not right. Composting toilets. I like technology. I do. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to say that some of the automotive stuff we've done, like my friend's truck is having a power steering issue with electric power steering. I don't know how educated any of you are on vehicles. If you take your scanner out, which I have right next to me, you take your good scanner out and you're looking at the data lines on there. Yeah, let's go back to the original power steering. It worked fine without needing rocket science degrees to diagnose. I can read most of the steering angle sensors, the torque sensors and all that, but it's stupid. And the funny thing is, with all the sensors on his, it says it's fine. It ain't fine. You drive it, and the wheel, then it'll get power steering again. Wow, then you'll lose it again. It's like, wow, crazy. All right, guys, thank you very much for hanging out. We are going to get out of here. A little early for me. A lot of times we're coming on this late. Yeah, look at that. I must be losing. I'm getting too old to be up late. All right, guys, thank you very much. Please hit thumbs up. And whether you're watching this later, if you watch this after the stream and you make it this far, give me a ragged in the comments. Give me a ragged or say Armageddon. How's that? Armageddon in the chat. I'm opening that link over here. Okay. And there. Okay. I opened your links, man. All right, well, I'm going to get out of here. Here you go. Oh, boy, he's throwing stuff at me. What did he throw at me? All right, I wasn't going to get out of here. Now I got to see now I'm curious. I shouldn't be. What the hell is that? What is that? Tent Lad Backpacker's Trowel. Okay. Recessed Teeth. Okay, so it's a poop digger. It's a poop digger. Okay. Scares me that you found that quick, but okay. All right, guys. I got to get out of here. Oh, wait a minute. I hear Jax. Jax? I think he's down here. Jaxie. Kitty. Whoa, shoot. There he is. Jaxie. There. Jax Cat. What's up, buddy? What are you doing? What are you doing? Come here, bud. Yeah. There you go. You get to see a little Jaxie cat. Just before we go. Some of you never bought the poop knife and it shows. Yeah. Oh my God. Why? There you go. See, he was down here somewhere. It's getting near breakfast. Well, it's not breakfast time, but my wife's up because she's got to go in early, so he's up. Means the cats and 2 of the dogs were with her. Right? Big boy. Don't you jump on me. You're fully armed. Come here. Come here. Oh, you chubby thing. There you go, Jaxie. Say hi to your public. Oh, I love you too. I know. Oh, baby. Yeah. You are quite the creature, aren't you, buddy? Think you're a dog. You answer when people call. All right, guys. Me and Jax are going to get out of here. Thank you very much. Claws. Thank you very much. I will talk to you later. Have a good day, everybody. We're here for Jax. Yeah. He was very popular on my old channel, too. He had people in, 6 different countries that knew him. You're weird, man. All right. Have a good one, Jay Watterson, Candy, Joel, Jimmy, and the lurkers out there, and to you over on Grumble. Thank you very much. And I will talk to you hopefully today. Maybe today I will get on. I want to react to Reverend Shmuley on Pierce Morgan earlier today. That was a nightmare. Have a good Thanksgiving. Thank you, U2K. If I don't see you guys, please make sure you enjoy Thanksgiving for what it is. You know, it's kind of the food birthday of America. And enjoy and eat and be happy and enjoy your families. I will talk to you later. Somebody's clawing in my chair now. He wants back up. Yep, he's evil. Talk to you later, everyone.